welcome to the Facebook Live. I am looking at my dream life hack number 40 today. It's been quite a hectic day, so I am going to just start off before looking at the dream life hack number 40. I'm going to just take a little bit of a breather. If you want to just settle in with me, then I'm just going to do a little breathing exercise, and I'm just going to do a little exercise called box breathing. So you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. Think of it like a box. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. So you kind of go round and round. So I'm just going to do 3 rounds of that. If you'd like to join me, that would be great. And I'll just settle into this. So I'm going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Count yourself. In. Hold. Out. Hold. One more. In. Hold. Out. And hold. So yeah, box breathing is just useful for when you want to just calm your nervous system down. It just gives your brain something else to think about, and it just helps you regulate again. Like breathing's so good because it just basically is one of those things that we do automatically, but we can also control. And so that's why a lot of meditation talks about the breath. It's why all the breathing exercises are just so useful, because if you're feeling a bit out of control, you're feeling a bit like you don't know what you're doing, or it's been a hectic Christmas and you're not quite sure where you're at, just having a little bit of time to just concentrate on your breathing and just taking back control of your body and just calming yourself back down again. Super useful. So our dream life hack today is inviting our parts to a team meeting. And this is an exercise where we try and visualize a meeting room with all our parts present. And then we ask them, what do you each need from me this week? And then write down their responses, and that clarity can lead to internal harmony. So I'm not going to write it down because I'm on my live with you. I'm just going to speak it out. And actually, I read a piece of research that said that actually finding that speaking out can be very powerful, because writing and speaking have 2 different things, and speaking is much more direct. Writing's very good when you want to reflect, but when you want to actually implement something, speaking it out can be really good, because your brain doesn't really know the difference between something that you're imagining and something that you're really doing. So although your parts aren't real people, just speaking to them and calming them down that way, your brain acts as though there's a direct kind of correlation between what you're saying and what your body's going to do. So I'm just going to do this in live with you. I'm just going to think about my parts. So this week is kind of busy now. It's coming up to New Year, so the party season basically. So tomorrow I volunteer in the charity shop here in Copenhagen. So that's a pretty busy day. That's 12 till 6. So it's going to be pretty full on. Not much else is going to happen tomorrow, just doing that. And then around that, I'm organizing costumes for myself, because I'll be dancing at Jungle Experience, which is a huge, awesome party on the island. And they're having 2, one on the 30th and one on the 2nd. And then New Year's Eve, of course. So I think we're going to go and spend it with friends. It's our friend Wenmai's birthday, as well as New Year's Eve. So it's like a double party. So that'd be really cool. But there's definitely a part of me that is like, how am I going to be able to manage all of this? And on the second, we've got friends coming to stay who are going to come to Jungle Experience. And then I've like organized to take them around, meet a load of friends so that they can see like what other people are doing on the island with like property and businesses and just basically showing them like what they might be able to do because they want to come and move out to Thailand. So a little bit like I'm going to be doing on my Thailand retreat. So that's super exciting. But also, wow, there's a part of me that's saying that sounds a lot. And how am I going to have energy? And it's a little bit panicked by everything that's coming up. Then so that probably is sensible, Sonia. And then I have Party Sonia, who's like, woohoo, we're going to party. It's going to be so much fun. And Sociable Sonia is like, we're going to see all the people. It's going to be really great. So yeah, there's definitely a few cheerleaders in there for this week. And then um, I guess tired Sonia maybe is in there going, how am I going to get enough sleep and all of that to be able to function effectively and not crash and burn. Um, so I think, yeah, is there anybody else I'm hearing? Just listen in to my parts. Um, we also want to go and see a new place today. We're looking to move to somewhere in a different part of the island and to save a bit of money because our place is a bit more than we want to spend at the moment. And we basically want to spend it on more fun stuff than just our house. So yeah, there's a part of me that's excited about that. The part of me that likes change. So like change maker Sonia is like, yes, we get to move. We're going to be able to put all our stuff in a new place. It's going to be a different part of the island, a different vibe. We're going to be near some other friends. They've got a pool. I love having a pool. I like swimming. I love swimming every day. They're also really creative and artistic, and so that's really exciting to be more around people who are creative, not just doing it on our own. So there's lots of like excitement vibes about that. Then there's practical Sonia that's like, oh my God, we've got so much to do. How are we going to get it all done? And now you're going to go and party for a week, so that's a whole week wiped out. Um, so yeah, so I think there's these like the different parts of me are basically the fun parts that like to be with people and do things are really kind of happy and excited at the moment. So in this team meeting, they just need to be, I'm going to now talk to them. So say like, that's great. Your energy and excitement is really motivating me and helping me to be excited too. However, we have some other parts here that we need to be really mindful of. And we need to make sure that we make time in this, particularly in this next week, to, even if our sleep schedule is way off, we just need to calm down a little bit and make sure that Sleep Sonia gets enough sleep to be able to function. And yeah, panicked Sonia, who is like worried about it being too much to do, just need to make sure that Panic Sonia gets enough time to calm. So we need to make some time for a bit of meditation, a little bit of stretching, relaxation, stuff that's going to make Panic Sonia kind of calm and feel okay about this next week. Change Maker Sonia needs to accept that this change isn't happening for another month, so we can just chill and we don't need to um, suddenly pack the whole house up, change everything now. We've got like another month. We can just enjoy what's happening now, make the most of where we are at this moment in time, and be really grateful that we had this awesome place and we've been able to enjoy it and just to really make the most and remain present here, not have already moved before the move happens, which my change maker part can be like change, 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 and not appreciating in the moment where we are now. So yeah, so change maker, Sonia, you can just going to get your change. It's going to be great. But while we're here, let's just appreciate it and make the most of what we're in already. So, yeah, how are we doing? How's the team feeling? Have I missed anybody out? I think the team is feeling more cohesive. There's a bit more clarity that we can actually achieve everything this week if we just chill, make some time for it, don't panic, and yeah, take some things slowly. So I expect a lot of you guys have got parties coming up with New Year, and then there's all sorts of other stuff that goes on around that as well. So yeah, checking in with your parts and just finding out which parts are excited about that, which parts are nervous about that. It's yeah, really helpful. Like that was an interesting exercise just to hear my parts and what they were saying, and also just to help really reassure the parts that are worried about this next week and to remind myself not to get too carried away with my excited parts that would potentially burn me out and kind of bring in the voices of the parts that are a bit more worried without being taken over by anxiety or feeling like I can't actually go and do this, but realizing that I can do all of it as long as I'm just really mindful of having a rest in between times and yeah, just listening to my body when it needs a rest. And even like if I want to go home from the party a bit early, like that's okay. And if I don't want to go to the after party, that's okay. There's enough happening that I can just do what I need to do. And if I'm feeling good, then I can do it. Um, so I've got a really great friend, Jess, and she does sacred raving. She does these great exercises before you go out, and that might be really useful for me, which is like listening into my body, feeling what is the intention for each party, and making sure that I'm really conscious of how I'm partying that night and that I'm okay in it. Like I don't get lost in it. I don't totally burn out on the first party so I can't do all the other parties, or have my friends come to stay on the second and I can't talk to them because I'm too knackered and don't want to do anything and kind of ruin the time that I could spend with them while they're here on the island. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that gives you some ideas of how to approach your parts. I think the key thing with parts is to be really in your higher self, like not becoming critical of them, but being curious, not trying to control them, but being open and calm when you're listening to them, not allowing yourself to get triggered by what the parts are bringing up in you, but just hearing what they're saying. Um, Richard Schwartz talks about having 8 C's. I can't remember all the C's because it's too many, but they're basically being calm, confident, being curious, creative, capable, like all of the good C's that are in life that once you're feeling into those, you can actually really listen to your parts in a way that doesn't demonize them and doesn't make them feel bad for what they're doing, but you can kind of, because it's all part of us. Like it's not a different person. It's us. So we want to bring all of those things in. Uh, so yeah, that is really the kind of main things to think about when you're working with parts, not to demonize them or get angry with them. And if you are starting to feel like that, then just pause and stop and come back into your higher self because you can do a bit more damage to yourself if you start like beating up your parts because there's no bad parts. It's just some parts get a little bit stuck. There are lots and lots of reasons why parts of us become kind of critical or worried or anxious. And often they've stuck in something that happened to us when we were much younger. And this was a coping mechanism they created to protect us. So really their intention is always to protect us. It's just that sometimes the way they do that isn't very helpful to us now in our current situation, and maybe their coping mechanism's a bit outdated. And so it's just being really kind to those parts to recognize they're really trying to do their best and just calm them down and make them feel safe, that they can actually sit back down and allow your higher self to take you into whatever it is you're doing. And also just sometimes just listen to them with curiosity, because they are often based in something that has been a worry for you, and it might be outdated, but it might actually still be relevant. And so, like, some of my parts have been quite helpful for me today to think, yeah, it really could burn out. It could be too much. There are a lot of parties. So how do I manage that and still enjoy myself and make sure everybody around me enjoys it too? Okay, so that is Dream Life hack number 40. Go away, have a little go yourself. If you enjoy my Dream Life hacks, do go and follow my Insta or Facebook page, dreamlife.hacks. You get a different Dream Life hack every day. I'm working through them, but this is number 40. There are 39 before, and they're really, really useful for everyday life. So, have a look, find the ones that you might find useful for you at the moment. If you are interested in any of my free Dream Life workshop material, then either drop me a DM or go and visit my online shop, and you can find the free Dreamline workshop there. It's www.strawberrylife.gumroad.com. And there's loads of other really cool resources on that, and I'm going to be adding more and more all the time. So keep a lookout on my shop there, which just gives you access to all my uh, like resources. And if you're interested in coaching or anything like that, then you can also book some sessions there, or just DM me anytime, and that's also cool. Okay, well, I hope everybody enjoys their holiday season. Tomorrow is charity shop day, so I expect I will be doing my live after the charity shop in the evening again. And yeah, I will be looking forward to seeing you then. Have a good evening, or morning, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Okay, bye.